What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. You know, the holiday season brings out a lot of times the best in people, but also the worst. Today I want to talk to you about a story that happened on Thanksgiving Day out there in Orlando, Florida, where this man right here, 46-year-old Christian Vargas Pagan, brutally murdered his estranged wife, or his wife, that his ex-wife, and her boyfriend. This guy, people are trying to figure out why he did this. He shot him up and then he ran off, but he was caught. Now he's 46, his wife's in her 40s. Wife's boyfriend, new boyfriend, is in his 40s. Is in his 30s. And they trying to make sense of this, but take a look at what they got so far, and I'm going to come back with short commentary.
2 killed on Thanksgiving. What we're uncovering about the man accused of committing the heinous crime. Tonight, the suspect in that double murder is locked up in the Orange County Jail.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office has not yet released the names of those victims. The deadly shootings happened at the Academy of Waterford Lakes Apartments off Rouse Road in Orlando. Tonight, West 2's Justin Shecker spoke to a friend of the suspect.
Every now Thanksgiving, that's going to be a flashback.
Manny Morales says he's in shock that his friend from Puerto Rico, 47-year-old Christian Vargas Pagan, has been arrested for the horrific double homicide in Orlando on Thanksgiving.
And even looking at that mugshot, you could tell his resemblance that something evil was going through his mind, because that is not him, not at all.
Morales, who lives in Philadelphia, told West 2 Vargas and him worked in the Puerto Rican legislature at the same time in the early 2000s.
But he was very active in the community. He's a very humble person. This incident, we've been chatting among everybody that worked together in the office, and everybody's surprised, shocking.
Morales says Vargas does not have any relatives or close friends in Central Florida, so he has reached out to the Orange County Sheriff and Corrections Chief.
Some of our co-workers are now chaplains, and we are trying to look to, he needs some spiritual support.
Deputies responded to the Academy at Waterford Lakes Apartments Thursday afternoon. The 2 victims Vargas is accused of shooting and killing, a man in his 30s and a woman in her 40s, have not been identified.
Well, one thing we got to ask him is, Christian, ¿qué pasó?
Christian Vargas exercised his right to not show up at his first appearance on Friday. The judge decided to keep him here in jail with no bond. Sheriff's Office investigators still have not revealed a motive, something Morales says he hopes they'll do soon.
What really happened? That's what we would really like to know. What possessed him to do that, and for what reason? Because we can't even justify what could have caused it.
Court records in this case weren't available Friday because the clerk's office was closed. Covering Orange County in Orlando, Justin Shecker, West 2 News.
In Orange County, a man is behind bars accused of gunning down his wife and another man at her apartment on Thanksgiving Day. The Orange County Sheriff's Office has now named those 2 victims. West 2's David Jones is at the Sheriff's Office. He's live down at the Sheriff's Office tonight. And David, what do we know about this so far?
Luana, we know the woman who lost her life in this shooting, a mother, had filed for divorce in July of this year. This all came after she and her husband, who's the suspect, separated sometime in January of this year. 47-year-old Christian Vargas Pagan remains behind bars, held without bond in the double slaying of his estranged wife and another man. 41-year-old Sharon Bonilla Vieira and 38-year-old Victor Alexander Aldana Perez were named as the victims in the Thanksgiving shooting. It happened at Cedar Bend Circle at the Academy at Waterford Lakes Apartments just after 4 p.m. Orange County deputies responded and found Perez dead on scene, while Vieira was pronounced dead at the hospital. Pagan is now being held in the Orange County Jail, accused of killing his wife and Perez. In the July divorce filing, Vieira asked the court to dissolve their marriage and arranged for Pagan to have visitation with 2 of his teenage children every other weekend.
What really happened? That's what we would like to know. What possessed him to do that?
Manny Morales worked with Pagan in the Puerto Rican legislature in the early 2000s and stayed in touch since. He says he knew Vieira, too.
What was going through his life, you know? Beautiful 3 kids. What kind of life it is to just remember that every now Thanksgiving, that's going to be a flashback. A moment that's supposed to be of peace and love and unity.
And because the clerk's office was closed Friday, we've not yet been able to access Pagan's affidavit, but his arrest did happen very quickly, the same day, in fact. Covering Orange County, live at the Sheriff's Office, David Jones, WESH 2 News.
All right, guys, you seen this story. This guy got a couple kids by this woman, filed for divorce in January. In the summertime, it was finalized. She went on with her life. And it bothered him. Now I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of times you see this type of stuff, and they say stuff in the around the holiday season. A lot of crimes and stuff is committed by people that are depressed. I believe this is one of those cases, and I'll explain to you why. This man was married with 2 kids. Something went wrong, bad enough. They go through the divorce process. Once it's finalized, and you know you ain't going through a war no more between you and the partner, whether it's, you know, you guys are getting along or not, and you realize you're free again, a lot of times it weighs heavy on the man. It does. Hell, she might still be in the same apartment they was in, or she might have moved out, and where he's at, he's still staying where he's at, and he don't see the kids no more. It ain't the same. And a lot of times some people can't get out of their own head. This guy went over there and killed this woman, maybe because she got somebody over there. You know, got a guy already. And, you know, some people get mad at you when they say, oh, we just got divorced. You got somebody else? Was you dealing with them the whole time? All kind of stuff run through people's heads. And that's the thing about being a man. Like, you know, you got to control the thoughts and don't let them control you. Don't let them run away with you. Everybody said he was a nice guy. But then again, some weight some people can't bear on their shoulders, and they fall over and do stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Either way, man, he couldn't get out of his own head. And it was enough to where he felt as though he was disrespected, and he went over there and killed both her and him. And that's one of the things where both people were killed instead of just the wife. Seemed like it was a problem. Hell, for all we know, Duke could be in their business doing a divorce, and he felt as though that wasn't right. But either way, he threw his life away. Wife's gone. And now the kids are left wondering why and left to pick up the pieces. It makes no sense. You know, you make an executive decision to go all the way. You got to think about the people you hurt, not besides the target that you're aiming for. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care.